Boom. All right. Now, today I want to talk about education. How many of you have ever went to college because went to college, took a particular course because that's what mommy and daddy wanted? Okay, type me in the comments if that's you. Or how many of you have ever um, been pressured into a career or educational path that you did not like because it it's what is viewed to be a very lucrative opportunity for you, right? For example, I this is this is this is my path when I was growing up, right? My family wanted me to become a nurse. Why? Because there's money. um, there's there should be money if I were to be a nurse. There is also, what's the word I'm looking for, um, there's also an opportunity to go abroad, right? However, if you were to ask me, I do not want to be a nurse. Why? Well, I'm not the type of guy who loves serving people. By serving people, I mean, um, I am probably not the best guy um, to take care of your family members. And not only are my hands heavy, palms sweaty, joke, um, but I I honestly believe I would probably kill more patients than save them if I were a, what's the word I'm looking for, if I were a nurse, right? So I did not like that path. But if I did say yes, there were sponsors already. There were, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, there was already a career path for me. I could already go abroad if I wanted to, and it's crazy. I said no to all of that. Um, And well, look, fast forward, look what happened during the pandemic time, the time where nurses and health workers are in demand the most, is also the time where, well, they were taken for granted the most. And some of them have even volunteered. Some hospitals have even urged people, nurses, to volunteer um, without getting compensated for their time. And it's crazy, the time where we need these people the most is usually the time where their value should actually go up. And that's where i want to bring this conversation to light. Okay, now, a lot of people will say be a doctor, be an engineer, there's more money there. But what most people don't understand is that education does not equal money. Okay? So just because someone is educated does not mean that they will become rich. And that's probably not something um, people would like to hear. Right? Just because you have a degree doesn't mean you're set for life. And how many of you have known honor students actually not performing up to the level that they're supposed to in real life? Okay? We've even seen people struggling financially despite being professionals. And this is not to diss them, okay? This is not to um, say that you should not be a professional at all. I'm saying is that if you want to be a nurse, do so because you want to serve people. Do so because you want to save people's lives, not because of money, right? If you want to become an engineer, do so because you have a dream to create something that will last beyond your lifetime, right? By constructing something. Or maybe it's something as simple as helping people um, achieve their dream homes, right? Achieve their dream homes in a particular style or way. That kind of sounds like architecture, no? Well, anyways, yeah, right. Or make something out of that. Create something beyond just the name or the career or the title. Okay, because here's the thing. Okay, education does not does not equal having money. Okay? Education does not mean that you will have money. However, education does increase your value. Okay, what education does do, okay, is that it increases your value. And your value would more or less actually equal money. Okay. And what type of value do I mean by that, right? In terms of value, what I mean here is how you contribute to society and how you value yourself. Because we've seen a lot of people actually contribute a lot, but have an aversion to charge for their services. That means they value contribution, but they don't really value themselves as much. Okay, and that creates what you call unsustainable unsustainability. Okay, where the heart is willing, but reality sinks in because you don't have the resources anymore. Okay, so again, education does not equal income. Okay, but education does raise a person's value. That more or less does equate to income. Okay, however, value is also, what's the word I'm looking for? Value is also, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Value is also something that is used, okay, or imposed. So just because, for example, you have the capacity to build a house, but if you choose not to build a house for people, right, that means you're not using your value properly, okay, or you're not putting your value out there. Okay, so in the end, okay, it still doesn't equate to income. Okay, just because you have a capacity for something doesn't mean that um, you also get rewards, right? Your rewards is basically this resources to grow. Okay, so and that's my point, right? Moving forward, now more than ever, we need more educated people, basically to focus on the value that their course or career or their education is going to give, not just to themselves, okay, not just to themselves personally, okay, but globally. Okay, so they need to know something that, and it has to be a two-part system. Okay, they need they need to know, they need to learn in order to increase their value in terms of self-worth and their contribution to the world. Okay, so this is the new way of how you should look at education. However, um, disclaimer here, there is a possibility that an educated child will talk back, will reason, will become a philosopher and question um, why things happen the way they do. And for some people, they can't handle the fact that they're being questioned, even as some parents actually don't. Right? An educated child is less likely to follow the footsteps of a parent that is less educated, right? Or um, who is still clinging on to outdated beliefs. Okay. At the same time, there are also people who will more or less question authority. Now, in the Philippines, we have a history of shaming intellectual people, right? Yeah. And choosing to increase the value of your children also means that you open yourselves up, or you open up their world um, into a world of fighting for what is right. And for some people, what is right doesn't matter. What only matters is what brings food on the table. So that's pretty much it for tonight. Thank you and see ya.